What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Thursday evening. I'm doing well myself. Come across this particular situation right here, and of course it's Google again being sued, having to pay out $425 million of dollars. 425 extra large millions of dollars. Okay. The way the story goes is jury finds Google liable for privacy violations, of course, in a class action lawsuit. Google denies wrongdoing, claims data was non-personal and encrypted. Okay. But that's what they always do. You know what I mean? Is deny responsibility. Google has faced other privacy lawsuits, as we know, antitrust laws and what have you. You know what I mean? What they were doing with other platforms, where you can do your searches on. You know what I'm saying? They messed around and had them to where every time you were going and research something, Google pops up. They were blocking them some kind of way. Doing a bunch of dirty, underhanded things. But it's like I said, when you do dirt, dirt comes back to you. And Google is getting its fair share of it. And it's just going to continue until there's no more Google. Google most likely is going to be broken up. I think the Department of Justice was actually talking about dismantling Google. And I think this is how they're doing it, because the juries just keep filing against them, just like they did with Trump. You know how they did him, where they had to pay him like $24.5 million. And here we go again. Last year, it was $314 million. If you research all the money that Google continues to pay out for doing shady, underhanded things, I guarantee you it comes to billions and trillions of dollars over time, and that's just what it is. Now, I got a news clip I want us to check out that gets more in depth about Google and what they will have to pay, and then we'll get back to the commentary.
Tech giant Google has been ordered to pay over $400 million for improperly snooping on the data of smartphone users. The class action case covering millions of devices from 2016 to 2024. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. So the jury in this case ultimately finding Google violated California privacy laws. Break down the details.
So the class action lawsuit accused Google of collecting data on nearly 100 million devices after certain privacy settings were turned off. Lawyers here arguing the tech giant then profited from that data without permission. This week, a federal jury ordering Google to pay over $425 million for invading users' privacy.
It's a violation of public trust.
The class action lawsuit, initially filed in 2020, accusing the tech giant of collecting data from 98 million devices that had turned off a tracking feature in their Google account. The years in question, 2016 to 2024.
Even though I've shut off all the different apparatuses that would keep Google from monitoring me, they're still doing it because they were doing it through third-party apps.
The jury finding Google spied on users and was in violation of California privacy laws, but Google denied it was improperly accessing devices. A spokesperson saying this decision misunderstands how its products work and it plans to appeal. Our privacy tools give people control over their data, and when they turn off personalization, we honor that choice. The ruling coming down shortly after a federal judge sided with Google in the DOJ's monopoly case against the company. Google CEO commenting on the case while meeting with a group of the nation's top tech leaders at the White House Thursday.
It's a long process. I appreciate that your administration had a constructive dialogue and we were able to get it to some resolution.
And this lawsuit in California, not the first for Google. Earlier this year, the company settling with the state of Texas for nearly $1.4 billion after facing allegations of violating privacy laws.
They're going to have to work really hard to revamp their image in order to be able to gain back all of the clout in society that they had before.
Now, while at the White House on Thursday, Google leaders also announced plans to invest $250 billion in the U.S. over the next 2 years. Meta and Apple announcing investments there as well, $600 billion each through 2028. Reporting for the National News Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.
Now, there was a lot of legal data that's been tracked, allegedly, by Google and what have you. by them, violating those antitrust laws, anti-privacy laws on our phones. Like, 98 billion people, I think the analyst said, was affected. You see what I mean? And that is a lot of people. That's a lot of people and what have you. And they sitting up here talking about, hey, we haven't did anything wrong. We actually honored, when these people turn off these anti-tracking devices or whatever that's on the phone. Well, obviously y'all lying. You see, you need to stop being so damn nosy. You need to stop doing, shady things, because, hey, your reputation is now in the ground. It's in the ground now. It's on the ground. And people looking at Google like shady and sideways just because y'all doing a lot of, a lot of shady things, I can personally attest to it with here on Google YouTube, you know what I'm saying, with the views. You see what I'm talking about? With the comment sections. All of y'all out there know exactly what I'm talking about. It is frustrating, and they do not care. And then what I'm understanding too, when it all, said and done, with these particular lawsuits that Google is being hit with, they actually still come out in the green because, okay, it's going to be a class action lawsuit. And for all of the people that were affected by this, you're not going to get like $400,000 a piece, or $400 a piece. This probably just going to come down to like $4 a piece or something like that for each person. You see what I mean? Now, Google being, sell your data for like billions of dollars or whatever and have to pay out $425 million, they still come out on top. You see what I'm saying? So we, people still losing. And that's what little game they playing. But hey, you can't keep getting hit like this, eventually, because what's going to happen? All giants fall in the end. All tyrannical giants fall in the end, and that includes tech giants, and that's all it boils down to. So hey, better stop being so damn shady and nosy. You see what I mean? And stop preying on people about their all their personal data that's in their phone. You see, and then taking it and then prospering behind it. You see, because what it's going to boil down to eventually, there's not going to be any more Google. Google can't continue to sustain hits like this. I guarantee you. That's just what it is. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here in the comment section. That's if you can comment, because a lot of times they don't even let y'all comment. Turn the comment section off. All that old shit. You see what I mean? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, though. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out.